Welcome to Principles of Management. This lecture is going to be looking at Chapter 9, Designing Adaptive Organizations. The learning outcomes include describe the departmentalization approaches to organizational structure, explain the organizational authority, outline the steps for using different methods for job design, explain the methods that companies are using to redesign internal organizational processes, and describe the methods that companies are using to redesign external organizational processes. Organizational structure is the vertical and horizontal configuration of departments, authority, and jobs within a company. Traditionally, organizational structures have created by departmentalizing work according to 5 methods: functional, product, customer, geographic, and matrix. One of the most common organizational structures is functional departmentalization. Functional departmentalization organizes work and workers into separate units responsible for a particular business function or areas of expertise. Advantages include it allows work to be done by highly qualified specialists, it lowers costs by reducing duplication, communication and coordination are less problematic for departmental managers. Disadvantages include cross-department coordination can be difficult. Managers and employees are often more interested in doing what's right for their function than what's doing right for the entire organization, and it may lead to slower decision-making and produce managers and workers with narrow experiences and expertise. Product departmentalization organizes work and workers into separate units responsible for producing particular products or goods. Advantages include it allows managers and workers to specialize in one area of expertise. However, managers and workers develop broader sense of experiences and expertise related to the entire product line. It is easier for top managers to assess work unit performance. Decision-making should be fast and there are few conflicts. Disadvantages include duplication results in higher costs, and it is challenging to coordinate across different product departments. Customer departmentalization organizes work and workers into separate units responsible for particular kinds of customers. Advantages include it focuses on the organization of customer needs rather than on product or business functions. Creating separate departments to serve specific kinds of customers allow companies to specialize and adapt their products and services to customers' needs and problems. Disadvantages include it leads to duplications of resources. It can be difficult to achieve coordination across different customer departments. The emphasis on meeting customer needs may lead workers to make decisions that please customers but hurt the business. Geographic departmentalization organizes work and workers into separate units responsible for business in particular geographic regions. Advantages include it helps companies respond to demands of different markets. It can reduce costs by locating unique organizational resources closer to customers. Disadvantages include it can lead to duplication of resources. Even more than with other forms of departmentalization, it can be difficult to coordinate departments that are literally thousands of miles from each other, whose managers have limited contact with each other. Matrix departmentalization is a hybrid structure in which 2 or more forms of departmentalization are used together. The most common matrix combines the product and functional forms of departmentalization, but other forms can be used. Distinguishing characteristics include most employees report to 2 bosses, one from each core part of the matrix. The matrix structure leads to much more cross-functional interactions than other forms of departmentalization. It requires significant coordination between managers in different parts of the matrix. Advantages include it allows companies to efficiently manage large complex tasks, a pool of resources available to carry out large complex tasks. Disadvantages include a high level of coordination is required to manage the complexity involved in running large ongoing projects at various levels of completion. Disagreements or misunderstandings about schedules, budgets, available resources, and availability of employees with particular functional expertise are common in matrix structures. Traditionally, organizational authority has been characterized by the following dimensions: chain of command, line versus staff authority, delegation of authority, and degree of centralization. The chain of command is the vertical line of authority that clarifies who reports to whom throughout the organization. One key assumption underlining the chain of command is unity of command, which means that workers should report to just one boss. Line authority is the right to command immediate subordinates in the chain of command. Staff authority is the right to advise but not command others who are not subordinates in the chain of command. The terms line and staff are used to describe different functions within the organization. A line function is an activity that contributes directly to creating or selling the company's products. Staff function does not contribute directly to creating or selling the company's product, but instead supports the line activity. Delegation of authority is the assignment of direct authority and responsibility to a subordinate to complete a task for which the manager is normally responsible for. When a manager delegates work, three transfers occur. The manager transfers full responsibility for the assignment to the subordinate. The manager gives the subordinate full authority over the budget, resources, and personnel needed to do the job. The accountability for completing the job is transferred to the subordinate. Centralization of authority is the location of most authority in the upper levels of the organization. Decentralization is the location of significant amount of authority in the lower levels of the organization. An organization is decentralized if it has a high degree of delegation at all levels. In a decentralized organization, workers closest to problems are authorized to make the decisions necessary to solve the problems on their own. One rule of thumb is to stay centralized where standardization is important and to decentralize where standardization is unimportant. Job design is the number, kind, and variety of tasks that individual workers perform to do their job. Job specialization occurs when a job is composed of a small part of a larger task or process. Specialized jobs are characterized by simple, easy-to-learn steps, low variety, and high repetition. The primary reason that companies create and use specialized jobs is that they are very economical. Job redesign efforts have focused on modifying jobs to keep the benefits and specialized jobs while reducing their obvious costs and disadvantages. Three methods include job rotation, job enlargement, and job enrichment. They have been used to improve specialized jobs. Job rotation periodically moves workers from one specialized job to another to give them more variety of opportunity to use different skills. Job enlargement increases the number of different tasks that a worker performs within one particular job. Job enrichment increases the number of tasks in a particular job that gives workers the authority and control to make meaningful decisions about their work. The job characteristics model is an approach to job redesign that seeks to formulate jobs in a way that motivate workers and lead to positive work outcomes. Three critical psychological states must occur for work to be internally motivating. Workers must experience the work as meaningful, workers must experience responsibility for work outcomes, and workers must have knowledge of results. The desired psychological states arise from jobs that are strong on five core job characteristics. Skill variety, which is the number of different activities performed in a job. Task identity, the degree to which a job from beginning to end requires completion of a whole and identifiable piece of work. Task significance, the degree to which a job is perceived to have substantial impact on others inside or outside the organization. Autonomy, the degree to which a job gives workers the discretion, freedom, and independence to decide how and when to accomplish the job. And feedback, the amount of information the job provides to workers about the work performance. Mechanistic organizations are characterized by specialized jobs and responsibilities, precisely defined, unchanging roles, and rigid change of command based on centralized authority and vertical communication. Organic organizations are characterized by broadly defined jobs and responsibilities, loosely defined, frequently changing roles, and decentralized authority and horizontal communication based on tasks and knowledge. Today, companies are using re-engineering and empowerment to redesign inter-organizational processes. Reengineering is about making big changes in a process to get dramatic improvement. Reengineering changes an organization's orientation from vertical to horizontal. Reengineering changes tasks interdependence. Pooled interdependence is decreased by redesigning work so that formerly independent jobs and departments now work together to complete processes. Sequential interdependence is decreased by reducing the handoffs between different jobs or groups. Reciprocal interdependence is increased by making groups or individuals responsible for larger, more complete processes in which several steps may be accomplished at the same time. Critics say that because it allows for few workers to do the work formerly done by many, reengineering is simply a corporation's code for cost-cutting and worker layoffs. Empowering workers means permanently passing decision-making authority and responsibility from managers to workers. Empowerment is feeling of intrinsic motivation in which workers perceive their work to have meaning and perceive themselves to be competent, having impact, and capable of self-determination. An interorganizational process, many companies work together to create product or service that keeps customers happy. Modular organizations outsource a business activities except for the core business activities. The primary advantage of modular organization is that they have costs significantly less to run than traditional organizations because they pay outsourced labor, expertise, or manufacturing capabilities only when needed. The primary disadvantage is the loss of control that occurs when key business activities are outsourced to other companies. A virtual organization is part of a network in which many companies share skills, costs, capabilities, markets, and customers with each other. The advantages include they let companies share costs, they are fast and flexible, and because each member of the network alliance is the best at what it does, virtual organizations should, in theory, provide better products and services in all respects. Disadvantages of virtual organizations include after work has been outsourced, it can be difficult to control the quality of work done by network partners. Tremendous managerial skills are required to manage a network of independent organizations that work well together. As always, I appreciate the time you take to listen to these lectures. If you have any questions, please reach out.